It's unfortunate because the gaps before for maybe a month or so, the gaps were filled with national games, and so we didn't see the players. Then they came back, then they played a game, then they went away again, and that was stop start, and a lot of games. And then suddenly we hit a period where there's very few games, and I think that's unfortunate because makes it more difficult to produce a good product. You usually get the rhythm of the league and then interrupted by one cup, and now we've gone from cup, rest and cup. Yeah, I don't know. I think we've had a bit of a break. We've had a little bit of time to recuperate the players and prepare, and so I think the players are ready for it. I think there's a little bit of extra desire. They didn't manage to get through to the final of the MTN, so now they're hoping that we'll have a good run in this one. I think we miss a reserve league all the time. I think a better organised reserve competition is integral for the development of younger players. In fact, the path from the age of 15 through is far too haphazard here. We hope that players will be developed rather than we plot a path for them. What are they learning? What sort of coaches are they getting? What games are they exposed to? Are the best playing against the best so they can learn from each other? All of that. And I think when you get to the reserve league and you don't know from one week to the other if the reserve game is going to be on or off, or do we have one, or all of that sort of thing just makes it a little bit of a shot in the dark. So yeah, I do. I miss better preparation for the youths and the reserves. The game, in terms of their preparation, I can't affect it. I can't affect who they have on the bench, but we can just affect what happens on the field. I think anything that disrupts their preparations, that will affect what happens on the field. I think usually when people play against Kaizer Chiefs or one of the top teams in the country, their preparations usually they make up for a lot with their hard effort and just desire to want to beat Chiefs and take a big scalp. So we're not going to underestimate them at all. We're going to make sure that we have to give a good performance, and that will be a mental thing. He's not a marquee signing. Ivan is one of those players. We're very happy with our centre-backs. We're very happy with the solidity of them. And we're not buying Ivan just to go bundling into the team and knock one of those out. I don't think he's at that level yet. But I do think he's got a lot of ability, and I think he's going to be... And he's a very good lad. And he can play as a defensive midfield player. And we've discussed before about our need to develop a replacement for Willard because of the nature of his game. He can get injured, he can get suspended. So as time goes by, I hope that Ivan will be a player that can jump in at centre-back if we need him, can jump in at centre midfield, and then once he knows how we play, it's up to him to try and stake a claim. But at the moment it's to balance the squad more than to knock anybody out of the team. What I've seen that I think we can develop is he's a big lad, a big, powerful presence. In the test, he's quicker than any of the other defenders, the centre backs. My worry was that his feet would be too slow because he's such a big lad. I mean, I think he got the nickname Bigfoot off some of our players, and I was worried that that Bigfoot would be also slow foot. But he's quite nimble with the ball, so he can play centre midfield. And because he's a big lad that's powerful, that he's a presence and has got decent feet, I think I can teach him how to play those two positions. He has the raw material. So therefore, again, we're looking at him to be brought along by playing with good players and by developing. And how quickly that happens, that's up to Ivan.